In this video, we're going to talk about the difference between question 2 and question 3 in homework 10.1. So question 2, we're asked to use the definition of rational exponents, fractional exponents, to write each of the following with the appropriate root and then simplify. So let's go ahead and do that on a separate piece of paper. Remember that when there's a minus sign out in front of something, that's notation for -1 times the stuff after. So this is -1 times, and we just learned that 25 to the 1/2 power is notation for the square root of 25. You can choose to put the little 2 here or not. Right? So we've got -1 times the square root of 25 is 5. My answer is -5. I'm done. Now notice that that's different than the -25. In fact, let's do this. That's different than -25 all to the 1/2 power. When I have the parentheses there, it's telling me that this is the base, this whole thing is the base, and my exponent is to the 1/2 power. And we've just learned to the 1/2 power is notation for square root. And this is now asking me what positive number, or what number times itself is -25, and there isn't a real number. We will learn about another number system where there's an answer to this, but for this, there are no real numbers that satisfy this. This is from our previous lesson where we looked at things like this. Problems like this are not showing up here in the 10.1, but I just wanted to make that distinction. All right, so let's go ahead and put our answer for number 2 in, -5. And -5. Submit, and we did great. Now contrast that to question 3, where we're asked to use the definition of fractional exponents and simplify this expression. So now I've got parentheses around that -64, and it's all being raised to the 1/3 power. Let's simplify this on a separate piece of paper. Okay, so the fractional exponent is notation here for cube rooting. So this is asking me what number cubed, in other words, what number times itself 3 times is -64? And maybe you'll do a little bit of trial and error, but a -4 times a -4 times a -4 is -64. -4 times -4 is +16, times a -4 is -64. So my answer, if you want, you can write -64 as -4 cubed. I'm cube rooting a perfect cubed. -4 is my answer, and we're done. So remember from the previous lesson that when you were taking odd roots, it was perfectly fine to have a negative inside here, because a negative times itself an odd number of times will be negative. It's when you're taking even roots, like a square root or a 4th root, and the negatives on the inside, that there's no real numbers. We will learn an answer for this, but later in this course. Let's go ahead and put in -4 into our answer box. See that we did a good job. -4, submit. Beautiful.